if you've never been down to your last $100, you just won't get it. You won't understand why I was willing to sign my name for that piece of junk. My name's Jake. My life had pretty much gone up in flames. Divorce, lost my job, and my credit was so trashed I couldn't even finance a toaster. But then I caught a break. A job delivering machine parts through the valleys of West Virginia. The only catch? I needed my own truck or SUV within 3 days, or the gig was going to someone else. I found this ad on a local site. A 2008 Nissan Xterra for only $1,200. I hopped on a bus and headed way out into the woods to see it. The seller was this guy named Silas. Man, he was a wreck. Fidgety, eyes darting everywhere, and his hands were shaking like a leaf the whole time he was handing me the keys. The car was weirdly clean, like stinging bleach smell clean. It made my eyes water. I noticed the carpet in the back had been hacked out in strips, and there were these strange dents in the ceiling, like something hard had been banging against it from the inside. Silas just looked at me and said, "Dog chewed the carpet. Look, you want it or not? Because if you don't take it now, it's going to the scrap yard tomorrow." With the clock ticking and that job on the line, I did what anyone in my shoes would do. I lied to myself. I told myself it was just wear and tear, and I handed over the last of my money. The first week was fine, honestly, until I had to start the night shifts. If you've never driven through West Virginia at night, man, it's something else. It's pitch black, and the fog gets so thick you can't even see the shoulder of the road. But the first thing I noticed wasn't a sound. It was the weight. Now, this SUV, it's got a solid engine. It should have been flying. But it felt sluggish, heavy, like I was hauling hundreds of pounds of cargo in the back that I just didn't have. And then there was the rearview mirror. I'd be driving, minding my own business, when I'd feel this weird unease. I'd look up and the mirror would just tilt, slowly. It would dip down until it wasn't showing me the road anymore. It was aimed right at the back left seat. Every time it happened, the air in the cabin would just freeze. Even with the AC turned off, it was bone-chilling. My skin was crawling, and the hair on my arms was standing straight up. That's when the sound started. Not voices, nothing like that. It was a scratching, like nails, digging into the plastic of the door panel. Slow, steady. I tried to tell myself it was just a branch hitting the side of the truck, or maybe a mouse stuck in the upholstery. But deep down, I knew exactly what it was, and it wasn't a mouse. It was the kind of rain that feels like the sky is trying to wash the world away. I was taking a back road, one of those old routes nobody uses anymore. Suddenly, the radio just died, nothing but static. Then my GPS, this unit I'd just installed, started glitching out. It kept pinning my location to the exact same spot, over and over, and then, through the rear speakers, I heard it, breathing, heavy, raspy breaths, like someone was struggling for air right behind my ear. I looked at the rearview mirror. It had tilted down again. But this time, the seat wasn't empty. I saw an indentation in the velvet, like someone was sitting there, putting their full weight into the cushion. In the dim glow of the dashboard, I saw the back window starting to fog up, and right there, on the glass, 5 pale fingerprints appeared from the inside. They pressed against the window and slowly, dragged down the glass. It looked like someone was clawing at it in pure agony. The edge. Suddenly, the steering wheel started vibrating so hard it nearly broke my grip. Some kind of force slammed my foot onto the brake. The car spun out, tires screaming, until I came to a dead stop, right on the edge of a pitch-black ravine. My headlights were cutting through the rain, and they landed on a pile of trash, old clothes, and what looked like dark, dried blood, just rotting away on the side of the road. I had to force myself out of the car. My legs were like jelly. I walked over to that pile of trash, and buried underneath it all, I found it, a wallet. I opened it up, and there she was. The ID of a woman who'd been reported missing over a month ago. When the cops showed up, they didn't just take the wallet, they tore my SUV apart. And what they found, it still makes me want to retch. Deep inside the cracks of the door panels, the same ones Silas told me were dog bites. They found strands of hair and dried blood that had soaked so deep even the bleach couldn't reach it. The truth was much worse than I imagined. Silas wasn't the original owner. He had killed her in that car. She was tied up, helpless, using her last bit of strength to claw at the plastic door, trying to escape before he finally strangled her. He scrubbed the car with bleach and tried to sell it fast, just to get rid of the evidence he couldn't hide. But here's the thing, that entity, it didn't lure me out there to take my life. It lured me there to be its courier. It led me straight to the spot where Silas had dumped her, to the one place she never got to say goodbye. They caught Silas eventually. The evidence in the car was enough to put him away for a long time, but for me, the story didn't end there. The police kept the SUV for a while as evidence, but once I got it back, I still had to drive it. I didn't have a choice. I was still broke, and I still had that job to do. So I cleaned it one last time, not with bleach, but just normally. But every time I'm out there, driving through the woods in the middle of the night, I still feel it. That weight in the back left seat. It never went away. And when the road gets too quiet, I can still hear it. That faint, rhythmic scratching on the plastic. The acceptance. But I've learned to live with it. I don't fight the rearview mirror anymore. When it starts to tilt down, I just let it. I let it look at her. Sometimes, when the storm is really howling outside, I find myself whispering to the empty seat. It's raining pretty hard tonight, but don't worry, I'm right here, we're okay. It's a strange way to live, I guess. It's a sad kind of haunting, living your life with a star witness who no longer has a breath in her body. But I know the truth now, and I know for a fact that I'm not the only owner of this car.